All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So what I'm going to call this podcast is Just Because We Can't Agree Doesn't Make Us Enemies. And the reason I bring this up is because personally I see more and more people arguing and, having disagreements. It could be political, it could be anything, whatever the case may be. And I see a lot of arguments, even with close friends, family members, colleagues, all this type of stuff. Now, I can't say I'm one of the people a lot of times that ends up in these arguments. I can't say because I'm I'm flighty. I realized 1 minute, I'm just a flip-flopper too, to a certain degree. I'm not saying political. I'm just saying in general. 1 minute I'm kind of for the underdog, and then the next minute I'm not. And then the next minute I'll believe in this, and then I'll kind of talk my way out of it. I'm all over the place, to be honest with you, but I know that about myself. And I look at things as being very fun, actually, a lot of times, even if it's very serious. But what I have realized is, and I kind of go through this with my girlfriend and others, is when you get in arguments or just have certain discussions, where's the true information coming from? So a lot of times we find ourselves arguing over certain points. But where did we get our information from? Where did the other person get their information from? How factual is it? Because I think a lot of times we believe a lot of things that we want to believe in from other, it could be the media, it could be social media, it could be other friends, it could be whoever the hell is giving us this information. If it lines up with our values, we want to believe it. And then we want to kind of tell others about our point of view or how we believe that that's to be true. And the reality is a lot of times it isn't true. I do truly believe there's three sides to every story. There's, mine, yours, and the truth. Sometimes they can line up, but a lot of times, I'd say most of the time, when I hear something, I think it's bullshit. I'm kind of the flip. Instead of believing a lot of stuff I hear, in my head, I'm always thinking, that's bullshit. That's a lot of bullshit. I'm thinking that way. I don't know why. I started in grade school thinking that way. Maybe it was a programming mechanism by it could be my parents, my father, whoever the hell it was, kind of always calling people out on their bullshit. I even write about that in my books, how I think so many people, a lot of people believe in other people's bullshit and they follow it, and it can lead to a lot of discontent, I think, a lot of times, especially when you start following certain figures. Again, it could be political figures, religious figures, it could be friends. But you start to believe in a lot of their bullshit, and before you know it, you're kind of caught in a bad situation, and you get let down. And that can happen in relationships, too. I'm not going to say. You could be in a relationship with someone, and you believe in them, and you believe that this is the one for you, and as time goes on, things happen, and you realize down the road that, wow, I didn't realize this person was that type of person. I was totally caught off guard. But I just want people to know out there too, and I've discussed this before, is any argument worth it? Especially when it comes to losing a friend or getting in an argument with a family member or a colleague or whatever the case may be. Or even on social media. Is it really, a lot of times, if you've had friendships for multiple years, and all of a sudden you find yourself putting yourself in a position where you have to always silence them or block them. And I get some people are just a pain in the ass, right? They're just over the fucking top with aggravating, they're just posting aggravating type shit. Always kind of poking the bear. Just posting shit to start arguments, or just always kind of being controversial. And I get, sometimes you just got to get rid of the negativity. But I also do think we take a lot of this stuff way too serious. I have somebody on social media who's so opposite of me, and when it comes to anything, in reality, and that could be, everything, she's opposite. But what's on the other side, when she's not posting political things that aggravate me or things related to politicians, and it's just not political, believe me, it's a lot of things. On the other side, she posts the funniest shit I've ever seen. Literally some of the always funny, crazy stuff. And what's interesting is I don't argue with her. I see tons of other people arguing with her. But I kind of see the good and the bad. What's funny is I've put some things on there and just said, some comments that were rough. Not to start arguments, but I'll put F this person, or, get the F out of here with that or whatever. She understands that about me. She laughs at that. And the only reason I bring that up is because I could have taken a different approach and been like, I'm going to get rid of this person, I'm going to unfriend them. Or I'm just sick of the bullshit or whatever. In life, I think, no matter who you're talking to or whatever, you got to take the good and the bad. And I think a lot of times now we take the bad and we kind of just want to run with it. That can go with a lot of people, just, again, just because you don't agree, you're not enemies. Okay, I'm just telling you this. It could be many different things, but I've also noticed when I get a lot of people online, let's say, or people I know that are arguing all the time, when we all get together, it's a blast. A lot of this stuff isn't even brought up. But I think what's happened in society now is we're constantly judging one another a lot regarding what we're doing on social media, or something someone posts, or something that someone, believes in, hypothetically. And we kind of say that's who they are, box them in a corner, and I don't like that, so you're out. That cancel culture bullshit, I can't stand it. And I'm going to wrap it up a little bit with this. And what makes me laugh is I see so many men and women saying, cancel this, I don't care if it's a brand, it could be a person, it could be a media outlet. The one thing I've learned over the years is, 1 minute you're pissed, at someone about something, even in your inner circle. They're aggravating you at this point in time. So you're like, I'm down with this, not them. Then you move on to them, then eventually they piss you off, they do something. Then you're off of them, you go to someone else. Now they piss you off in a minute. Before you know it, if you go down the line, eventually everyone is going to piss you off, I believe. I really do. Every brand is not going to line up with every value you have. Okay, it's kind of like a restaurant a lot of times, I say. You go there, there's certain dishes you love, and a lot you don't love, but you still go there. You don't cancel them because they don't make this dish as good as the one you like. Or maybe you have a favorite dish, they can't make that as well as you want, but you like some other dishes. Again, you don't cancel them. So I just look at life like that a lot of times. If you are somebody, though, that believes in, if it doesn't go your way, or you don't believe in this or that, canceling them out, I understand that too. You want to get rid of all the bullshit. But I do think eventually in life, you're going to end up, I think a lot of times, canceling out so many things that you just really liked at one time. And you may have just, canceled out something for something so minute. And a lot of times when you move on to other things, it's not nearly as good as kind of what it was before. So you just got to think of those type of things. That could go again for brand or relationships or friendships or whatever the case may be. Really, I'm telling you, if you have long-term friendships with a lot of people, and I get, now more than ever, there's a lot of discussions out there arguing again and fighting. I would hope that you would think that would supersede just their opinions, because a lot of times our opinions are just for the here and now. And again, maybe the information they're getting is incorrect, right? Or maybe the information you're getting is incorrect. Regardless, move on. And I just want to do a podcast on that. That's really all I got today. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up. If you disagree with me, I love it. Blast me. Call me every name in the book. I could care less. I actually love when people disagree with me or prove me wrong. And here's the deal, too. I will say, if you are proven to be wrong, which a lot of times I could assure you, you are wrong as much as you're right. I discuss it all the time. Everyone thinks everything they do and say is right. They couldn't be more far off. I believe in life. I really believe we're wrong a lot more than we're right. If we were right all the time, you'd probably be a multimillionaire. You'd probably not end up in a lot of positions that you ended up in your life. Not saying you ended up in all bad ones, but I'm just here to tell you, you've probably made a lot of bad decisions. You've also been told a lot of bullshit in your life. You've also been manipulated in your life. So you have to understand that. So, and others have as well. So you got to understand, it's not just happening to them. It's probably happened to you as well. And everything you say and do, as you look back, or I should say, if you talk to a lot of people, a lot of times it's that hindsight shit, saying, God, I wish I knew this, or I wish I knew that. The reality is, a lot of times you may have made better decisions, but you weren't given the proper information. So that's life, my friends. Take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.